Hi there, how you doing today? Mark and I just got back recently from a trip to Ohio. We did a little bit of thrifting in Columbus and some thrifting in North Canton and Hartville, Ohio. I think some of you are from those areas. And I just want to interject here before I get started in the what sold and how I packed it video. I just want to interject how shocked we were. Yes, shocked we were at some of the prices, mainly at Salvation Army. $6.99 on average, $9.99, $19.99. Prices were off the chart. I asked one of the employees about it, and she said, we were told to mark it up high and add $1. Yes, add $1. Of course, they have sales. They have 50% off sales, but I didn't find anything because everything was priced so high. We did find some glassware in Columbus, Ohio, and a couple of little things in Hartville Thrift, one of my favorite stores. But we came back with the least amount of things that I have ever bought to resell, the least amount on this trip to Ohio. And I told Mark, if we still lived here, this is where we would be shopping. So it really doesn't matter where you live. It's getting harder and harder to find things that you can flip for a decent dollar on eBay or Mercari or wherever. And to tell you the truth, I didn't even find enough to make it into a video. So that was kind of disappointing. But, we had fun seeing family and friends, so it was worth it for that. If you're new to our channel, I'm Vicki and we're Avante-Avenue, and my husband Mark and I resell on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. And this video is a what sold specifically in home goods and holiday. I'm breaking my videos up a little bit and focusing on that home goods and holiday. And one more thing, a shout out and a thank you to Mel. Thank you, Mel, for buying Mark and I 4 cups of coffee. That actually paid for our breakfast, and thank you so much for that. The Buy Cups of Coffee link is in the description below the video and at the top of the YouTube channel. Thank you to all of you who have bought us cups of coffee. I guess we better get started. This Indiana Glass Apothecary jar, candy jar, paid $3 for it at the Rogersville sale, and it sold on offer for $20 plus ship. The Indiana Glass Apothecary jar is partially wrapped. I did this for storage. I protected the lid with some foam wrap, and I have some small bubble in the bottom. So it's actually pretty good, but I need to get the rest of it wrapped. I'm going to use some small bubble, folding it. I'm going to wrap it around the foot. I'm going to start with small. What I want to do is attach the lid to the jar itself. I do want to fill that in a little more. Some more bubble wrap. Some more bubble. I didn't want to put the tape directly on the glass, so I'm being careful to make sure the tape is only going on the bubble. So my goal was, if I turn this upside down, that the lid stays in place. Now we need large. Be sure to like and subscribe. I can tell that it's not very well protected here. The bottom feels pretty good, but make that a little tighter too. So this is what I've got. It's protected everywhere. I can't feel the glass at all. Now I just need to figure out what box I'm using. And this one is going Ground Advantage, about 9 inches by 6 by 5. This eBay box is about 15.7 by 5. A couple of sheets of large that direction, a couple this direction. See how it feels. I do have to be careful of the height on this. I'm going to roll this bubble down on the sides. Air pillows, 2 and 2. On the ends. I can do another one almost. Roll this down as well. You know, the vase is taller at one end than the other. That's what I'm running into here. Double up here, single here. And a small piece of cardboard in the center. It's tiny and it's made by Fitz and Floyd. Small or not, this Fitz and Floyd little succulent planter that I paid 25 cents for at a church sale, sold on offer for $18.71 plus ship. This little Fitz and Floyd shell dish has some fragile areas here on the bottom. So I'm going to cut a strip of tissue paper, run my hand through it, start wrapping it around here. Being careful not to drop this. I'm just using regular tape. Also going to fill this in a little bit with some tissue paper. Let's fill in the hollow area. Wrap it up in another sheet. Small bubble conforms better than large bubble, so I'll start with that. Then large. What does this measure? I have this small box that's 5 by 5 by 5. I'm going to see if I can make it fit in here. I can tell by putting this up to the side of the box how much filler I'm going to need. We're going to cut a sheet of large in half, large bubble. Put this in the bottom, 1/4. Fold in these wings, or use them to push it down in. It's going to be hard to get out. They'll have to probably tear the box apart and add some more on top. Now that's not enough, but I have the other half sheet, and I think that's going to do it. Let's give it a shake test. It's good.
Okay, we had a nice sale on Poshmark. We sold these 4 Luminarch wine glasses with the grapes and vines etched on them. It's actually what's called a German Romer design. They're made in France.
And they're beautiful, and there's 4 of them. If you want to grab the others, please. As Mark said, we sold a lot of 4 of these France Luminarch German Romer glasses, wine glasses. They sold for $59 after Poshmark fee. We netted $47.20, and I think we only paid $4 for the 4. I'm going to focus on one at a time. The first thing I want to do is protect that stem. And this one tapers. It's wider at the bottom than the top, so I just checked a pool noodle, and it's not quite big enough in the center of the pool noodles. So I'm going to go with small bubble, half sheet, fold it in half, kind of check that. I could probably maybe go almost thirds. And using regular tape. And I use regular tape for this because I want it to be very easy for them to remove it. Next step, let's try some foam wrap. A sheet of foam and some tissue paper. I have 2 sheets that I'm cutting in half. Filling the cup. Now it's time for large bubble. One down. That's how I'm going to do it. I'll repeat the process for the remaining 3 glasses. Poshmark always goes priority, so I'm going to use a priority box. Air pillows, large bubble. I'm placing them in here facing upright, stem at the bottom, Oops, I get that tape pressed down good. And that's pretty close to the top. I might try laying them down, maybe, if I can do that. I like that a little bit better. Now I just need to fill in. Making sure they're protected on all sides. See if 2 sheets on top will do it or not. I'm not sure. I don't like this here. I think it's a good time to use up scraps. 2 sheets of large bubble. Give it the shake test. And it's good. Moonstone hobnail dish. 3 different things stacked here. Nappy dish, and this is what's sold. It's beautiful. It's made by Anchor Hocking, opalescent moonstone hobnail. Here's your hobnail. Paid $5 for it at a garage sale, and it's sold on offer for $19.99 plus ship. First layer, tissue paper. All it does is protect the finish and make for a nice presentation. I'm going to put some small bubble wrap into the depression area, the bowl part, and I'm going to turn this upside down. However, I like to take a half sheet and put it on the seam, you know, the seam that is flattened. I'm going to be using an eBay box that's 10 by 8 by 6. It's going ground advantage. Trying 4 air pillows that I made myself. Yep, making air pillows. 2 sheets of bubble, large 1/2 inch. Slide this down in. Make sure it's flat. Thank you, label. 1 more sheet of bubble should do it. I don't think there's enough room for air pillows, so give it the shake test. And it's good. I'll get it taped up. How are prices at your thrift stores? I have to tell you, I'm pretty happy that we have a lot of church rummage sales here throughout the year and neighborhood garage sales. In Ohio, we didn't have a lot of church rummage sales, and the neighborhood sales were, you know, spread out all over. So we're pretty happy about that. But what are you finding? Leave a comment and let me know what price points you're finding at your local Goodwill or Salvation Army, and what your favorite sales are. Church rummage sales, garage sales, neighborhood sales. What's your favorite? This marine ship compass sold for $30 plus ship. It's time to pack the compass, and I don't want this moving around during shipping. So I'm going to see if I can tape it down a little bit with painter's tape. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to try. They'll be able to remove this easy enough. It will be fine. Just kind of following the curvature underneath, because this part doesn't move. Okay, it's rocking inside. I can't help that part. That's the compass. But this should help. I'm going to put it in a bag to protect the wood from any elements should the box get wet. I also want to wrap it with some small bubble wrap through the center, a little bit of packing tape. Whenever the roll of tape gets low, it's a little harder to dispense. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to fold this over and give it a little bit of tape. Now I need some, oops, that's too much air in the bag. See what we can do here. I have a box that's 8 by 8 by 8. Raise this up. Chest fit. The height is going to be fine, but I need some more packing material. I'm going to put some air pillows around it. just making it, adding a little piece of cardboard on top. So when they cut into it, there's no chance they'll cut through anything. I can feel that it's not shifting at all, so I'll get it taped up and in the mail. This is an odd thing for me to buy. It's a Guardian lid or tray, Guardian service. Bought it at Goodwill, and I paid $2.99 for it. It's a hammered lid tray. You can see the texture here. And it's sold on offer for $24.99 plus ship. They actually paid $20.50 for shipping to Alaska. I was hoping it would fit perfectly in this priority mail box, but as you can see, by the time I put some bubble wrap around it, I'm going to have to add an extender on the ends. I found an end cap in my scrap, my stash of scrap, so that's going to work out great. It's the same width, and that's what's important. I have some scrap bubble wrap inside. Now I realize this is virtually unbreakable, but I've got some scrap here. I'm going to fill this hollow area. And then I have 3 sheets of large 1/2-inch bubble. Turn this upside down and tuck this inside. Make sure it's flat because I don't have a lot of room. I only have 3 inches height in the box and I'm right there. So I've got to be careful about that. See if I can tighten this up here. Oh, I'm running out of tape. Maybe I can finish this off. Can I make it work? No, it's not going to be enough. Oop, and it's just barely making it here. But I did get it. I did get it to work. So let's see here. Here's the box that I'm using, and I'm going to put some, because I'm extending it, I'm going to go ahead and put some air pillows on one end. But first, I like to assemble one end first. And here, I just find it easier to work with if I go ahead and seal off one end, and I'll add some tape to this. But I also want to add a couple of air pillows at the end, 2 in fact. I'm going to put these down inside, side by side. Probably can't see that, but and let's put this in here. Now, you see how this is moving side by side? We don't want that. Don't want that at all. So I need to put something here to keep it from sliding. To try 2 paper towel tubes. Yep, paper towel, I saved these. You can squish them a little bit if you need to. Put one on each side. Now let's check it. That's pretty good. I mean, it's moving a little bit, but not all that bad. And then I'm going to have to figure out how far I need to, oh boy, you know what? It almost looks like it's going to make it. However, I still want to put 2 air pillows at this end. Is it going to work? The important thing is that I have these air pillows. You know what? That handle though, I can feel that handle there, and that's not good. I'm just wondering if I've got the handle protected well enough on the other end. Let's take this back out to do. Just give a little more protection for this handle, and that means I need to change my tape. One thing leads to another. I haven't shown this to you for a while. This is, you can get these dispensers in the links in the description below the video. I need a new roll of tape. The easiest way to change this is to take your new roll, line the cardboard on top, push through as far as you can, take this off, and then push it through to even it up on the sides. And then I like to get it started. I have no fingernails, but get it started before I put in the dispenser. Be careful of the blade. It's very sharp. Never let children play around it. Let's get that started. I throw these away because they're so heavy. I really can't do much with them in a box. They're a lot heavier than my tubes here, my paper towel tubes. So I throw this away. So back to what I was doing. I'm taking some bubble, large again, and giving this handle a little more protection. Do that to both ends. That way for sure I know the handle is protected. I might have to put the extender on now. And that's okay if I have to. That's what I was going to show you anyway. But let's give this another try. You check those air pillows in the bottom. They look pretty good. The tubes back in. Now you can see I need that extender. You can see here I need it. I've got 2 air pillows that I want to put here for sure. I want to work those in. And the easiest way to get this to slide over top is if I just take some scissors and cut into each corner on the diagonal. So I reduce the cardboard flaps so that they're not fighting me when I try to lay that over top. So I'm just cutting out a little triangle. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. Doesn't have to be perfect. They don't all have to be the same. Just cutting these out, and I'll throw all of those away. So typically that makes it a little bit easier to slide this over top. But you still have to work with it, and you still have to flip it around. You got it started here. Sometimes I have to bend this in a little bit. Like this side is giving me a hard time. Bend that in a little. Remember, I want to put air pillows here. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in here. Fold these flaps and push. Push until it won't go any further. That feels good. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I forgot my thank you. How do I always forget that? Gotta have a thank you on here. I will just slip it in here on the end. Get the air pillows back in. Peel this. I'll add more tape on these flaps. Again, give it a good push. And then this is where I just like to use a fencer of tape so that I can start taping it all the way around, pressing as I go. I also tape this direction. If you haven't done so, like and subscribe. It's been a long time since I've done it this way. Oh, this is a new dispenser, so it's not dispensing very easy because it's new. Okay, and then I told you I was going to add more tape to the flaps. Make sure nothing comes open, because it is going to Alaska, so it has a little bit of a trip. Or you can use, I have a second dispenser with my packing tape, so either way, either one works. But I love my dispensers. I'll have to remeasure it because it's no longer the dimensions that it says on the box. It is now 18, this didn't change, but 18 by 12 by, you know, we said 3, actually is at 3 1/4. I'm just gonna say 4 because we have to round up. So 18 by 12 by 4, so that when Mark runs the label, he'll know, and in the mail it goes. I think it's in here. These are little every plate boxes, not sponsored. Love these little boxes. And this is what's sold. It's a pumpkin candle topper, candle jar topper. I paid $2.50 for it at a garage sale, and it sold on offer for $13 plus ship. The pumpkin candle topper, Yankee candle topper, is already in a bag, so I just put my label on here. I have a piece of scrap cardboard that fits it pretty well. Add some bubble. Medium envelope, medium size, with an air pillow to the side. Ziggy ornament sold. I'll insert a photo here. It sold for $8 plus ship. Sold 2 little Christmas ornaments, Santa in a sailboat and Santa windsurfing, and each one sold for $7.50 plus shipping. I am going to combine them into one box and refund part of the shipping. I'm using a small box that's 5 by 4 by 2. hoping to get both of them in here. Yeah, I think that's going to work okay. Put top open. Add my thank you label and fit this into a small padded envelope. If you like these kind of videos, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and Mark and I will see you soon.